Hey everyone, this is Ryan with Physical Therapy Go. In this video, we're going to be going over my phase 1 exercises for carpal tunnel syndrome. In this video, there is no equipment that is required to perform the exercises. To learn more about carpal tunnel syndrome, check out my other videos to learn more about the injury and other self-help techniques to recover as quick as you can. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, of course. But with that, let's get started with this routine, and let's go. Alright guys, so the first thing that we're going to do is stretch out the neck. So you want to stand tall, palms open, and with this video I'm going to assume that I have carpal tunnel in my right hand. If you have carpal tunnel symptoms in your left hand, then obviously you want to do the exercises focusing on that side, okay? So first thing we're going to do, stand tall, shoulders back. I'm going to bring my head away from the affected side, and I'm going to give a little bit of pressure here to stretch out the side of my neck. You want to hold this position for 30 to 60 seconds. And if you're feeling extra tight, then you can perform multiple sets of this exercise. So with this, you want to bring your head directly to the side. You could work on looking down slightly and giving pressure. You could work on looking up slightly and giving pressure back. You want to find where you feel especially tight here and stretch out the neck in that position. We're working on stretching this out because carpal tunnel syndrome affects the median nerve, which is a nerve that exits from the neck and travels down in the front of the shoulder and down the arm and into the wrist and the hand. So we're going to come out of that position, all right, move the neck around, roll the shoulders, do what feels good. Next thing we're going to do is stretch out the wrist, okay? So I'm going to turn to the side here. You want to have your elbow bent. You're going to pull on those fingers, and you're going to stretch out the front of the wrist. We're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. And when you're doing this here, you may get some numbness or tingling in the first 2 fingers or in the thumb, which is normal. And it should resolve shortly after doing the stretch. You may also get some pain here in the palm of the hand, close towards the wrist, as this is where the carpal tunnel is located. Okay, we're going to come out of that. The spot I'm talking about is right here, but again, you may also feel it into the thumb or the first 2 fingers. If you notice that you get it in the last 2 fingers, i.e. the pinky or the ring finger, then that is actually a different nerve and you're likely not experiencing carpal tunnel syndrome. So now we're going to stretch the thumb back and we're going to hold this position for about 20 to 30 seconds. Alright, good. So we're going to come out of that. We're going back to the fingers. Shake the hand out if you need to. We're going to come back to the fingers, pulling that back to stretch out the front of the wrist. Now with this, you want to modify the stretch depending on how severe your carpal tunnel symptoms are. So if your symptoms are pretty low, you get some mild numbness or tingling, have a light pain, more of like a painful stretch type feeling, you can get a little bit more aggressive with this. If you feel a very strong, sharp pain in the palm of the hand and get a lot of numbness and tingling, then you want to do more of a lighter stretch and not pull the fingers back as aggressively. Come out of that, shake it out. We're going to go to the thumb again. And the same concept applies with the thumb, right? So if you, again, are low severity, low irritability, really get a good stretch on the thumb. If you find yourself quite painful with these, just get a light stretch, right? Go as far as you feel like you can tolerate, okay? And again, with these stretches, they should resolve shortly after coming out of the position. If you have numbness and tingling that lasts for hours afterwards, then you likely stretch too hard. That's not something that I would anticipate happening. Usually it goes away pretty shortly afterwards, but that's something that you're just gonna have to monitor yourself and see how your body responds to it, okay? So we're gonna come out of that, move the hand around again. We're gonna do one more round. Let's go back to the fingers here. Again, going for 30 seconds, okay? The reason we're stretching this out is oftentimes carpal tunnel syndrome develops by doing a lot of activities that involve bending the wrist, whether that's repetitive use like swinging a hammer or doing manual labor work, or spending a lot of time at the computer. There's many activities that can cause irritation of this nerve. So what we got to do is give that nerve what it needs to heal, and that is to stretch out the areas on this side of the wrist where the nerve crosses. Okay, let's come out of that, shake it out again. I'm going to bring the thumb back, last stretch here, okay? And then with stretching the thumb, try not to let the fingers curl. Try to keep all the fingers open as well. So try to keep the fingers back and not curled here as you stretch out the thumb. Great job. Let's come out of that. So what we're going to do now, you're going to open up your hand and you're going to make a fist. So if making a fist is very painful for you, then just bring your fingers together. Don't actually squeeze. So we're going to open the hand up. We're going to make a fist. We're going to do this 20 times, okay? Good job. Let's go 10 more times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm getting hypnotized looking at my hand. 8. Okay, can't look anymore. 9, 10. Okay, good job. That's it. Okay. So by now the numbness and tingling should have resolved in the hand. Next stretch we're going to do, palm up. We're going to work on bending the wrist backwards. Okay. Backwards. Again, 20 repetitions. So you guys keep that movement going. Now you may notice if you come too far this way, you get a pinching feeling in the wrist. You want to try to avoid that. So just try to come back to the neutral position. If you're able to, without any symptoms, then come back all the way this way. Just do as much range as you can without irritating those symptoms there, okay? Let's go for 5 more of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Shake it out. Last stretch that we're going to do here is actually to work on gliding the median nerve. So muscles, right, they stretch, they contract. Nerves do not tolerate stretching, but what they can do is glide, kind of like floss. So that nerve that is affected with carpal tunnel syndrome exits from the neck, comes down the inside of the arm, goes all the way down through this side of the forearm, and then into the thumb, and then these 2 fingers, okay? So what we're going to do to help reduce some irritation and improve the mobility of that nerve is to work on a gliding exercise, as we call it. So what you need to do this is have some open wall space. You're going to face parallel with the wall or perpendicular, however you want to think about it. You're going to have your palm facing down. You're going to stand up nice and tall. Bring your chin back so you have a nice straight spine. And what you're going to do is bring your ear towards the shoulder of that affected arm. And then you're going to come back to that neutral position. Okay, so you guys keep doing this one. We're going to do 15 repetitions. And with this one, so you can basically modify the intensity of this exercise by bringing your hand lower down on the wall. So if you notice, when you get up here, it's pretty dang painful. Get a lot of numbness and tingling. Start with your hand down lower here. Then over the next few days, possibly weeks, work on coming up higher until you're able to get your hand towards shoulder height. Okay? This is the more intense version of this exercise. Okay? So I'm going to do just 3 more here. 1, 2, 3. Let's come out of that. Move the fingers around. Shake the hand out. Move the shoulders. We're going to do that stretch one more time. And this will be the last stretch that we have to do for carpal tunnel syndrome for these phase 1 exercises. Okay?